Hi, my name is Jessica Clegstead, and it's probably my 50th YouTube channel. I've tried to put this story regarding my tango with the justice system up before. It just always gets taken down, but for some reason I'm not getting taken down anymore. Oh my gosh, I literally just cut my braid off in my kitchen today. It's a little uneven. Um, it's due to a loss, and it feels great. The release was pretty long. The loss of, my marriage. Anyway, so, God, I hate telling this fucking story again, but I'm gonna. I wish they wouldn't have taken it down. That's messed up, but I was 14 and I met a 27-year-old, and we had 3 kids. I went to nursing school, got my nursing license, worked full time, 60 to 80 hours a week while he was a stay-at-home dad. 13 years older than me. At the time, I didn't know. Actually, I didn't really realize it until I was 36. And he was, 50 almost? Yeah, he was 50. My girls were 13 and 15. And I thought, God, what would I do if a 27-year-old came around trying to get him pregnant? I'd fucking kill that motherfucker, right? And so that's when I was like, oh my God, he's a predator. 36 years old, right? So I leave him. Well, no, it wasn't quite that easy. I told him, you could just imagine how predatory this relationship was and how groomed and abused I was. I mean, if you look at even pictures of me back then, I mean, I'm 45 now, and oh my God, when I was married to him, I looked terrible. I mean, I look better now than I did when I was 20. Well, okay, 30. 20, I still look pretty good. Anyway, God. I told him, this isn't working, I want a divorce. And he didn't ask why. He didn't ask what he could do, nothing. Didn't ask why. He said, no, you can't make me leave. I'm on the lease. I'm like, well, you don't pay any of the bills. You were supposed to go back to work when our youngest went to kindergarten. You didn't. She's 13. She was 13 at the time. He still didn't go back to work. He said, why would I work? You have your nursing license. You can work overtime and make more than I can make in a week in a day. And then he said, oh, you just don't want me to spend any time with the kid. All this bullshit that I realize now, it's abusive. I didn't know it then. You know why? Because it's all I knew. So I change. I wait for him. He doesn't drink water. He just drinks Coca-Cola. So I wait until, I don't buy him any at the store, figuring he'd have to leave eventually. I bought a new deadbolt, 2 of them actually, when I was out. Just waited. As soon as he left for Coke, I was scrambling. I'd never changed a fucking deadbolt before in my life. And I'm just shaking, trying to get the last screw in, and I got one of the screws in. Fucking locked him out. He called the cops. They said, sir, I don't know what you want us to do. She wants a divorce. Why don't you guys figure something out? You're going to have to go stay somewhere else. Oh, he looked at me. He said, this is going to be the most difficult thing you've ever done. And he made sure of that. But I didn't even know the half of what was going on then. He got us evicted, said that I changed the locks and that I let my friend stay there, which true. And then he took the money out of our joint bank account right before when rent was due. Blamed it on me. Oh yeah, your mom spent all the money on drugs. Now you guys are going to be homeless. Made his children homeless. That's not even the half of it. A predator's always a predator. A pedophile's always a pedophile. That's all I'm going to say. I got a new place. was a nice place. A lady that I had met through the hospital, because I was a nurse at the hospital. I was an RN for 13 years at the same hospital for 8. I had worked long-term care, long-term acute care. I was nursing supervisor. I advocated for people. Never would I even think. Everybody who knows me knows that I wouldn't neglect a damn thing. A damn living thing. Anyway, I get a knock on the door about 3 weeks into being at this new place. The kids were so happy. We moved all of our stuff in there. Me and the kids' stuff. All of it. And they come in. There's these allegations, of course. My ex says I'm a drug dealer. And they made me wear a wire. They legally searched my house. I mean, I could tell you the detailed story, but I'll just tell you the gist of it. Found weed in my son's room. He was 17. He was a junior at South High. Told me they were going to send my 17-year-old son to prison if I didn't wear a wire on somebody I didn't even know. And let me tell you something. I didn't do drugs then. Not hard drugs. Marijuana, medicinally. I mean, everybody can admit just because it's medicinal legally now, it was still medicinal back then. Okay. You just get, and I did it. They got a hold of this lady through Facebook and did a buy. I did a controlled buy. Yeah, I did. They forced me to, with threats that were fucking empty threats. They took everything from me. For what? To get somebody. It was when fentanyl had come into South High. My son may have been implicated in it, but they made me wear a wire, and she sold me fake drugs that were like rocks from Hobby Lobby or something. I had no idea. They got pissed off. They made me bring the $100 that they gave me back to them because I was fucking with them. Oh my God. I said, you fuckers. After that, I was like, I've done everything you guys wanted me to do. So I said, you motherfuckers. I said, go catch some fucking scum-sucking niggers because you ain't fucking. I said, if I want an IV started at the hospital, I said, you think I'm going to call you guys? I said, no. You want to know why? Because it's not your fucking job. And that's exactly what I said to him. I said, so why are you trying to make me do your fucking job? It ain't my fucking job to do this. What the fuck? They busted my door down the next day. Weed and weed paraphernalia and a gun that was in my car in the trunk in the garage. Legal. Because of everything going on with the cops. My friend was like, hey, I think we should have a gun to protect yourself since you're wiring up on people. Yeah. 3 misdemeanors, my first charges ever. Ever. While I was in jail for 4 days, they allowed my ex to clear out all of my belongings and take my children. Even the proof that I even had a lease there. While they're raiding the house, they've got a search warrant for it. They know who's on the fucking lease. And then they charge me. Get this. Burglary and theft from that place when I returned after I got out of jail because I had the garage door opener. All my stuff was gone. Nobody told me. Nobody fucking told me. Okay? All my stuff was gone. I took 2 TVs that were mounted to the walls. That were the landladies. They were even written up in the lease that they were hers. Theft over 1,000. Felony. They just put warrants out for me for that. Yeah. Facts. It gets better. Okay? I'm in jail for the burglary and theft. I don't even know which place they're saying I burglarized. And when I see the address finally... I'm literally, yes, I'm at a low after all this. After I lose everything, I went homeless, and yeah, that's when I started using, and I was buying Fireball with dimes at the liquor store. I mean, yeah, fuck, man, but I get a tap on my window. There's a cop right at my window. He goes, "You're under arrest." I said, you don't even know who I am. What are you just knocking on? It's not like I got pulled over or something. He said, "You're Jessica Besky. You're under arrest. You have warrants." I said, "For what?" He couldn't tell me. Turns out I got the report that, yeah, Jeff Besky told the prosecutor, whoever, that I was going to kidnap the kids, and got them to push those warrants through for burglary of my own fucking house. It gets better. It gets better. Okay. So that's not even the whole story. That's just the gist of it. And factually true, can be backed up with documentation. I am not exaggerating one bit. And that's fucked up. So in case, the court system or whoever comes through and is wondering why I am the way I am when it comes to rights, I'm about to tell you why. And this is just the start of it. I was an RN. I supported my entire family with my wages. And they took that. Just like that. Why? Ego and pride. And comfort of their ease of their job. Okay? I did not deserve that. Neither did my kids, because while that was happening to me, my ex was continuing to use my daughter's body as he had been since she was in diapers. But yet I'm the one being charged and sent to prison. I'm going to continue this, try to keep these around 10 minutes or so a piece again. Stay tuned. It gets better and worse. But somebody needs to start speaking out, and most people are in jail and they feel guilty. They feel like there's something wrong with them. They feel broken. They feel sick. They feel like they need to be fixed. That's not the case. I firmly believe that it's the system of justice inversion. Anyway, to be continued. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening.